is over right now. We get to turn the page and we get to look forward to the future.
We got multiple draft gurus, friends here too. Don't forget him. He does a great job.
Well, maybe you'll let Fred jump in.
I am the draft guru. Fred McShay is the draft guru.
Commanders family, the 2025 season is officially in the books. We start the show off giving love to future Hall of Famer Bobby Wagner for continuing to make history. Then we're talking game changers, not just Bobby, but Bill, Vaughn, and even more. Then we end the show turning the page to the 2026 NFL Draft. And we got a few draft gurus in the building to help us get started. All that and more right now on Command Center. Welcome into Command Center from the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. I'm your host, Brian Cooper Jr. Here with Santana Moss, Fred Smoot, and Logan Paulson. Fellas, breaking news off the top. We will be looking for an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator this offseason. Yeah. So is the lay of the land when your season ends. Logan, now that we're on the back end of this season, now we're moving forward to the draft and all that. How did you feel about this season and just how everything went down?
I mean, obviously, this is an extremely difficult season. I don't think there's any way else to characterize it with all the injuries, all the adversity this team faced, injury to the quarterback spot, first and foremost. It just didn't give us the result that we wanted to. So I think in some ways it's good that this is done. We're moving on to the offseason. Again, an opportunity to kind of rebuild this roster, rebuild this team. Again, looking ahead now.
We've all had them seasons where we just couldn't get right. Once we start out with an injury and I get back on the field and my play just can't get, and it felt like that this season. Like we were teetering right there at the line the whole time, but we just couldn't cross that line. And like I said, me, him, we've had these type of seasons, and it happens like that. But the good thing is over right now. We get to turn the page and we get to look forward to the future.
Yeah, those boys hit it on the head. It was tough sledding for us all. I mean, at times it felt like I was playing still. You know, I've been here before. I saw this before. But I also saw, how this thing can turn around. You know, we saw last year.
Because we was right there.
You know what I'm saying? And then you see throughout the course of games, you're like, man, we don't have what we want, but we still right there. So it's one of those things we got to go through, and I think we'll learn from it, and we can just finally move on now.
And we'll definitely learn from it, fellas. And before we move on, we do got to give our flowers to a future Hall of Famer. Bobby Wagner eclipsed 2,000 career tackles. Fred, only two other linebackers have done this. Ray Lewis and your best friend.
London Fletcher, man. Hey, only 3 people out of 100 years of football. Can you believe that? You'd have thought it'd been Urlacher. You'd have thought it'd been Singletary. You'd have thought it'd been name. No, only 3 people. And to me, all future Hall of Famers, all 3 of them.
And Logan, when you watch a guy like Bobby, man, he seems just like an ageless wonder, just continues to find ways to improve, continues to hit milestones. Man, how important is a guy like that for this roster?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing for me is just like the consistency that he's played with. It's been pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's been very, very exciting. And something else that was exciting was to see London Fletcher involved in the celebration and just honoring Bobby Wagner. He did that post-game in the locker room. Compliments of head coach Dan Quinn. Let's check it out.
There's only one game ball to go out tonight, and I brought one of the old heads in, so Fletch.
All right, man. Yes, sir. Hey, listen, in the history of the National Football League that's been played over 100 years, there have been 3 players to eclipse the 2,000 tackle mark. Only 3 players. So Ray Lewis, myself, and today, Bobby Wagner.
Thank you guys, I appreciate you, man. Ever since I got out here, man, the love of the game, you guys helped bring that back to me. And, I know we've had some up and downs, but I would never want to go ups and downs with this group. This group is special. It means something to me. It's something I'll always remember. I'm so grateful for you guys, and let's keep pushing.
Oh, yeah, Bob.
Man, what a special moment. Shout out to Coach Quinn for allowing London Fletcher to be a part of that. Now, here is a look at 2 of the 3 players to reach this 2,000 tackle milestone. Hall of Famer Ray Lewis at 2,059. Our guy, London Fletcher, future Hall of Famer, 2,039. Now Bobby Wagner sits at 2,000. Fred, as our resident defensive guy, can you put into words truly how difficult it is to accomplish something like this?
First of all, let's talk longevity. Like, you got to have longevity to get this done. Second of all, injury free. Like, you're going to have to play through injuries, you're going to have to play with injuries, and you're going to have to understand how to get that done. So just those two things, to me, set these guys apart from everybody else that play their position.
And Fred, Logan and I got to talk to head coach Dan Quinn on this last episode of the season of The Game Plan. And head coach Dan Quinn gave his flowers to Bobby. Let's check it out. This is Mission Ready, powered by Big Bear AI. Mission Ready AI for a rapidly evolving world.
When we knew that was something that could be a possibility, it's just a remarkable number. It's toughness, it's durability, it's technique, it's skill, it's all of those things. And so that's why there's so few that actually, are in that club. Now only 3 of them. So it was really important. So much so at half, where's he at? Okay, we got to get some more tackles here in the calf. And so it was really important. We all wanted it so much for him, and he's still got good football in him as well.
That was our head coach, Dan Quinn, from The Game Plan. Remember, you can watch the full episode, our last one of the season, on Sunday. And what a milestone for Bobby Wagner, who continues to accomplish amazing things. But Fred, he's not the only veteran in the burgundy and gold getting it done. Linebacker Von Miller, who led the Commanders with 9 sacks this season, is now 9th on the all-time career sacks list. And before his season-ended injury, tight end Zach Ertz moved up to number 5 on the most receptions by a tight end list. Fred, we know we have a young team. We know we have a lot of young guys in here. But how valuable is it to be able to bring veterans in? Record-setting veterans.
I can say different type of veterans. Veterans that have been at the top of their game for a long, long time. Veterans that show consistency. When you talk Von Miller, you talking about a Super Bowl MVP. When you talk Zach Ertz, you talking about everlasting career. When you talk about these guys, leadership comes to mind with me, not just the numbers, and I'm sure they still want to get some more of those numbers.
Some true legends, and speaking of legends, let's send it down to our Players Club crew. It's time for Securing the W, presented by Hercules Fence. Security in every job.
Security.
Thanks, BC. All right, we're here on the Players Club set. Myself, London Fletcher, Sean Springs, a.k.a. Bluefoot.
Bluefoot win blue.
That's right. Santana Boss, a.k.a. 8 to the 9 Cowboy Killer. Man, fellas, it's time to take a look back, man. At, I know the season didn't go the way we wanted it to go, but there were some major accomplishments that happened this year.
For sure.
Got to start off with Bobby Wagner, eclipsing the 2,000 tackle career mark, joining that exclusive club.
It's a club now. 3 of y'all.
Yeah, it's 3 of us. Yeah, trio with Ray Lewis, myself, and now Bobby Wagner.
Hey, all you can say is Mr. Consistency and, just professionalism all the way with a guy like that, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I love it. I think, man, when you look at a guy and you hear the numbers, because we always talk about, guys' accolades, but when you look at him, how he prepares for the game, hearing the numbers, it's fitting.
Yeah. The other guy who climbed the ranks throughout in NFL history, Von Miller.
Yes.
Got his 9th sack on the season. With that sack, that moved him into a tie for 9th all-time in NFL history with sacks. I mean, you talk about a Hall of Fame career. We got Bobby's Hall of Famer, Von Miller. He led the team in sacks, and now he's in the top 10. He's tied for 9th all-time.
Yeah, there was question, everybody talk about did he still have it? Great first step and everything to produce 9 sacks this late in your career, man. And it was the second half. I thought he got better. Yeah. So I'm excited that he was able to accomplish 9 sacks.
I say the football gods gave him what he had this season, man, because they give a credit to his durability, his consistency of being a pro, and just having the want to go out there and do what he did. Right. They paid him too well. He got like 500 extra.
He got a little bonus.
500 extra K for that one.
He was going all out for that last sack, but it's also helped us win that football game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Another guy who did some great things this season, the young guy,
$7 bill, y'all.
Dollar bill. 7th-round draft pick.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of respect.
Still in the draft.
Man, he won 4 Rookie of the Weeks this season. Pepsi Rookie of the Weeks this season. Bill, what more can you say?
I mean, we saw early in camp that he was just every week we talking about some play he'd have made, how he just jumped off saying. Then it showed up in the preseason. Then it showed up in week 1. Then it showed up all through the season. And I mean, there was a time where we slowed down a little bit, but we saw, this kid was amazing, man.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. I think I love he scratched the surface.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He didn't go out there and just have one of those years where we could be like, well, he's the guy. And I think he showed them that, hey, anybody you bring in, they're going to have to compete with me. And I love the fact that being young, us not really having something that we can bank off of and say what he's going to be, he went out there and showed them. And who knows what the sky's the limit for him. I think it's a lot of things he can improve in.
Right.
But just the little stuff that we saw already in this year in year one, it gives you something to look forward to.
And he did that after sitting out basically the entire season a year ago.
A year ago.
College only played one game at Arizona. What I love, you talk about things he can improve on. He's going to improve on what he does without the football, the blocking aspect.
Yeah. He
has the vision. He has the breakaway speed. He'll improve as a runner, but, man, again, not the season we wanted collectively,
no doubt.
but we still have to acknowledge those three guys and what they were able to accomplish.
Hats off to him.
Back to you, BC.
Shout out to the Players Club for breaking down some of our record setters for this season. Bobby with the tackles, Ertz with the catches, top 5 now, and Von Miller leading us with sacks. It is now 9th all-time on the sacks list. These guys accomplished a lot this season, and what a long season it was. To close out the season, we get to hear from some of our running backs this week during Locker Room Cleanout. This is your can't-miss moment, presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official partner of the Washington Commanders.
And I feel like I had an okay season. Nobody's going to be as hard on me as me. I feel like I left a lot of money out there, but, that just got to keep working. This offseason, I have a list of things that I want to get better at, and we'll try to get better at those.
It just made me want to just come back and go even harder. Like, I know, like, how the success feel, and, like, I just want to keep having it. Like, it's not something that I'll be like, okay, you done did a few things in the NFL. Like, I just want to keep stacking and just being the best version of myself. So, I mean, I'm definitely motivated and ready for more success.
Fellas, our running game showed out all season, especially our 7th-round rookie. Let's take a deeper look at some of Bill's numbers from his rookie season. It's time for Top 5, presented by UA Local 5 Plumbers, protecting the health of the nation's capital since 1890. And here is a look at the rookie numbers for our 4-time Pepsi Offensive Rookie of the Week, Bill Krosky-Merritt. 805 rushing yards, 175 carries, 8 rushing touchdowns, which, Tanner, that's more than the first running back taken in the NFL draft, man. These are some impressive numbers for a 7th round
that's huge,
pick.
man. I think one of the things that, people fail to realize, man, this guy was in the 7th round, and despite being in the 7th round draft pick, didn't even have he didn't play a full season the year before coming to the league. So it's so much room for him to improve, and it's great for him just to hit the ground running like he did this year.
What a year for Bill, but not just for Bill, for our entire Commanders run game. It seems like every week on game day I was saying how we were top 5 in the run. Let's start with Bill, though, Logan, because we know you're in the film room a lot. What have you seen from Bill and his development in just this first season?
Yeah, I think the thing with Bill is, like, obviously he's very naturally gifted, like good vision, good contact balance, great burst. I think the thing that was interesting to watch his maturation was him as a pass protector, honestly got a lot better, and then him being okay with kind of muddy runs. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's first down, this isn't blocked up that well, I'm going to get 2 instead of taking a loss of 2 trying to hit the home run. So I think that kind of maturation as a runner was absolutely huge for him, and I think you saw that pay dividends as the season went on.
And Tanner, as we've seen him be used in a number of different ways, filling in for injury, filling in for guys, it seemed as if he felt real comfortable and found real success as that change of pace back. We've talked about that a lot on game day.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was comfortable with it, but I feel we was comfortable with seeing him come in there after C-Rod went out there and kind of, did the bulldozing effect to some of those guys on the other side. What I would love to see from him, this year, this offseason especially, is tap in one of these guys that has the same capabilities of you and find a way to take advantage of those 1 and 2 and 3 down, I mean, those yard rushing, because I feel like at times he wants the home run all the time when you don't need it. I play with guys like Adrian James, or CP, and those guys took full advantage of getting those 1, 2, and 3 yards, because eventually that hole gonna open and then he'll be able to use that ability.
I think the other thing, too, if you want to talk about how he can grow, like obviously he grew with the vision, grew in the pass protection, is how's he catching the football, man? Because I see him run around and the movement skills, and again, when he tracks the ball in practice, it looks really good, but that's an area, like to your point, Tana, that third down pass catching mismatch element, I think would be huge for him in terms of growing into 2026.
And fellas, it's going to be very exciting to see him develop. And somebody that we've really enjoyed to see develop these last few years is Chris Rodriguez Jr. Logan, he's been through so many different things, very similar to your career, right? Like having to gut out and grind and make it onto a roster. Now I feel like it's going to be hard to keep him off of a roster after the season we just saw.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that was really impressive about Chris is, like, last year was really tough in terms of, like, up and down, getting cut, all these things. took that, motivated him in the offseason, lost a bunch of weight, came in, looked in really good shape. And again, the way he runs, the physical violence that he runs with, man, you just got to love it. Because talk about keeping the offense on schedule. Of the backs, he probably does that the best.
Yeah.
And so, again, that's super valuable for an offense, any offense. And again, looking forward to him continuing to grow, continuing to mature as a player. Again, his journey is such an inspiration.
And Tanner, we did running back by committee all season long. What do we want to see from this group moving forward as we approach the offseason, as we approach the draft?
I mean, that's one of the things that I'm kind of, looking forward to seeing too. Like, do we go out there and get someone to add to this bunch? We had a guy, Matt Nichols, who played well too, and he was a veteran. He was the guy that anytime he needed to lean on him, he went out there and made plays. But I would love to see what's going forward.
Now, Logan, I know what you're thinking. Where's Fred Smoot? I know you miss your buddy, but he is with Mike Jenks on the Get Loud set, ready to talk more about this Commanders offense. This is your best seat in the house, presented by SeatGeek. The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
BC, thanks very much. All right, man. I can't believe we're here.
Long year. A year of endurance. All right?
Oh, I like that.
We had to endure the ups and the downs. A year of expectations, Jink. I think the expectations were so high, and when we didn't meet those expectations, the fans didn't know what to do because even when the injuries, people came back from injury and then got injured again.
Yeah.
And that seemed to be the tail of the tape for the whole entire season. Just rapid ups and downs.
And when you listen to the players, they couldn't really pinpoint one thing. It was just like, well, the injuries took hold and, Terry got here late, but then he was injured for a while. And then once you that snowball effect takes place and then you're just kind of lost for a while.
But do you feel like left with like a hole inside because you was like, I never got a chance to see the full unit together as one. So I feel like I kind of been cheated a little bit. Like, because I never got to see the fully functional team.
It's like we were talking about report cards on Get Loud. And it's like, this is the incomplete.
This is the incomplete.
Right.
Like, did we fail? No, you didn't fail.
Right.
But you didn't pass either. It's incomplete. And that's what I feel like this season was. A lot of incompletes, but it allowed a lot of people to step in and make some plays, like C-Rod. I'd see him rock, like to see Dollar Bill grow how he grow, to see Johnny Newton grow how he grow. That's the one thing about injuries. The person behind them gets to expand and grow their game.
And that's what I'm excited about, like moving forward and thinking about the future, is that a guy like Johnny Newton, who, last couple games, particularly against Dallas, really stepped up. The backfield kind of came together because you've got a bruiser and C-Rod and a guy in Bill who can take it to the house. So there are some positives.
You got Larry Tunsil on one end, you got Cuntley on the other end. So I think you found your bookends when it comes to the offensive line. Then you find these diamonds in the rough like a Treylon Burks and players like that. And then what about the old guys sticking their head in the game and say, you know what, I can play more than special teams? Jeremy Reeves.
Oh, there you go.
All right, Mr. Reeves showing up to the point. I thought he had a great year. So it's always some silver lining to it.
Yeah.
And I think the silver lining is organically we grew depth this year.
Yeah.
And I think we grew that through circumstances, not by choice.
And I'll also say that whenever you have a season that's disappointing like this, it's easy to lose the locker room, for guys not to trust each other, to trust the head coach. But DQ never lost these guys.
That's a testament to Coach Quinn and his attention to detail, and the fact that, because I've been in locker rooms where the head coach didn't lose.
Yeah.
I know how that feels. I never felt that from this group this year.
Also, you know what I'm looking forward to? Smoot-Stradamus.
Oh, yeah. I only tell the truth.
Oh, it's coming up. Draft time. That's Smoot. I'm Jinx. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Now, this is draft time for you. This is where you really shine as our draft guru, man. How excited are you for all the things that you have to come with this draft?
We got multiple draft gurus, friends here too. Don't forget him. He does a great job, man. This is the season. This is the season of building rosters. And again, the draft is the best way to do that. Getting young, talented pieces. They're going to fill this thing out. And again, the process, right? We're going to watch about 300 guys this offseason, which is a lot of people to get through. But that's how you kind of find those diamonds in the rough, those Bill Krosky merits. Man, I can't wait to get a part of it. Get into it.
And Logan, you are going to be so busy. Let's take a look at how busy Logan's schedule is coming up, giving you all of this amazing draft coverage. Now, here are some key dates here. It all starts next week at the Shrine Bowl out in Frisco, Texas. Then up next, Logan, the Senior Bowl down in Mobile, Alabama. You are doing a country tour, my brother. And lastly, the Combine at the end of February. And we know where that's at. In Indy, you can catch the draft guru Logan Paulson on every step leading up to the 2026 draft. Don't miss Drive to the Draft podcast streaming wherever you get your podcast. Producer Jason and Logan Paulson are breaking it all down for you, and we know you love that. And somebody else that might be even more excited about draft prep, is our guy, Adam Peters. Let's take a listen to him on how he expects to tackle the 2026 NFL Draft.
Obviously, we have a top 10 pick, which, you could look to move and get more picks if the opportunity arises. But certainly, I think every offseason, no matter what your picks are, what you have, you're always trying to maximize both the draft and free agency, getting guys that, you might not be able to get in the other one. So if you're going free agency, it's super heavy at one position, maybe you go there, and then the draft, you go elsewhere to fill those needs.
Now it's time for our winning numbers, brought to you by Maryland Lottery. Please play responsibly. Fellas, and these winning numbers are our current draft picks. Round 1, we have the 7th pick. Now, we do not have a 2nd or 4th round pick, but that's because we traded those to get Laramie Tunsil. Then we go to the 3rd round, we have the 71st pick. Then the 5th round, the 145th pick. 2 picks in the 6th round and 1 pick in the 7th at number 223. Fellas, we are in it now. It's the offseason time. Tanner, I'm going to start with you. What do you want to see from our team this offseason?
There's a few things that I want to see, and I'm pretty sure those guys will chime in on it. I stick to the offensive side of the ball. I say I won't mind seeing another tight end being brought in, whether that's free agency or in the draft. And then also, man, you talking about, we saw what happened when we didn't have Terry out there.
Yeah.
We need a threat. We need another threat, a young guy that we can kind of groom and say, hey, whether he's coming into the door and playing right now, or we put him behind some of those guys and just teach them how to be a pro. We need some speed on the outside.
When I see the overall roster, if I can insert anything, I want to insert some youth in every last room. I want to insert a young corner in the cornerback room, a young safety in there, a young linebacker, a young defensive end. Like, I want youth. I want an infusion of youth. And the one thing about it, you looking at our draft picks, we don't have a lot of draft picks, so I think we're going to have to really tap on that free agent bail and see, can we get 26 years old, 25 years old, 27 years old. And I think it's just going to bring some speed to the team. Yeah. Overall, speed is what we need.
Yeah, I think that I'm really excited to watch is the free agency period, right? Because I think that's really where you got to make your money. Again, Adam Peters has done a great job in the draft, finding needs, filling needs, all those different things. But I think free agency is where this team is going to be built. Yeah. It's where he's built it in years past since he's gotten here. So how does that look? What kind of players is he bringing in? I think that's really something I can't wait to watch.
Do you feel like it's our free agents? Because we got 30 free agents. We got the most free agents out of any team.
I think they've done a really good job of mixing both, right? Yeah. But I do think you need to find a difference maker, maybe a tight end, maybe a younger linebacker, pass rusher. These positions are really important. And again, they're going to be expensive, but we got enough cap to make it happen.
Commanders family, a lot to be excited for this offseason, especially Logan Paulson, who will be diving into so many different draft things. The draft guru. Maybe you'll let Fred jump in a little bit too.
I am the draft guru. Fred McShay is the draft guru. I am the guru.
That's right. Well, stay tuned for 2 draft gurus. What show has 2? We got 2. I'm your host, Brian Cole Jr. here with Santana Moss, Fred Smoot, and Logan Paulson. We'll see y'all next week on Command Center.
Command Center was filmed at Big Bear AI Command Center Studio. Big Bear AI offers mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world, proudly protecting the Washington Commanders and its fans.